VG asked a pretty good question. Does this alter the plan to Danny? And Danny had a great answer. Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll see how good he It's not yes.
It's a reasonable answer because
if this kid's a superstar right away, yes, it does.
Then it's like, okay, well, full speed ahead.
Yep.
Off season of 2025. Guess we're buying.
Yep.
But if he's taking some time, which I think is the reasonable expectation, then no, I think we're still looking at 2026 as the summer where they really push the gas pedal. But yeah, if Michkov scores 85 points this year and the power play is good, shockingly, and a few because they're playing with Michkov or because they just developed a few of the other guys take big steps forward this year. Let's say, obviously Travis Konechny is already Travis Konechny, but like, let's say Jamie Drysdale scores 50 points or, Joel Farabee scores 80. And then you're like, oh, well, shit, we don't just have Michkov and Konechny, assuming he gets re-signed. We have Michkov and Konechny and Tippett and Farabee, and these guys are all, those second-tier impact players. Then yeah, maybe it does get sped up. One thing that you mentioned in our outline, but definitely want to talk about this because through the entirety of the pre-termination process, Danny and everyone related to the Flyers, both on and off the record, were downplaying their impact in the negotiation process. They were even downplaying how much they talked to him.
They were saying they don't talk to him, which was obviously bullshit.
Exactly.
Like, there isn't a world in which, if that was true, it's like, you need to be fired. Yeah. But like, especially, and I know there's like different rules and we don't want to run afoul of the league or anything. And we definitely don't want to piss off the KHL and the oligarchs over there. Cause like, we got to get his family over here. Yeah. We got to get other players over here. So it's all right. We're not, but like Michkov in the press conference said, oh, the Flyers negotiated this thing. Yes. And also they were talking to me all the time. Yep. Like, what do you need to work on? They've already told me what I need to work on.
The cat's out of the bag at this point. Michkov straight up said, because he was asked, I forget who asked him, but somebody asked him, how much contact did the Flyers have? He was like, oh yeah, I talked to me all the time. We were texting, we had an app. And I had heard about the app last season, which is why it was so funny. Remember when we talked about this in May about like the freak out about that interview Danny gave with the French language podcast where Danny's like, yeah, we don't even talk to him. And I said on the show, I was like, that was the moment when I realized that he was not doing that interview for the fans. He was doing that interview for people in Russia and having them feel better that the Flyers weren't, getting their hands in the cookie jar, because I knew for a fact that the Flyers were regularly talking to Michkov all year. So it was the most bald-faced lie possible. And Michkov just straight up is like, yeah, they were talking to me all the time.
I'll tell you, man, Danny fucking wakes up and lies. Like, this guy is just lying all the time, which is great. I want you lying. Yeah. Like, who lies a ton? Howie Roseman, who's won a Super Bowl. That's true. I want you lying.
Howie's
if you're not lying,
liar.
You're not doing your job. But there are some shit that was just like, Matvei's just like, yeah, man. We've been. What do you know? What you need to work on? Yeah, like I talked to them all last year. Yeah, I've talked to them for the last 2 years. Like, I know what I need to work on. They've already told me.
We all silly like the mayor.